am Gina.
I'm Angel.
And I'm Chris.
And we're blended by love.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about blended by love. I know we had previous dialogue about what that actually means.
What does blended by love mean? Our definition.
Okay.
Our definition of blended by love. Me, Chrissy, and Gina's definition of blended by love is our love for each other has brought us together, which has brought our families and our children together. So that is the blend by the love. Only by the love. Mm-hmm. Nothing else. But we are only blended by that. Mm-hmm. These are my sisters. Both of them are my sisters. Not to mention, let me just pull up the fact that I did pull up the definition of half siblings. There's no such thing as half siblings.
Oh, do say.
A sibling is one of two or more individuals having one or both parents in common.
Okay.
We have one parent in common, which is our father. So you are my sibling.
Correct.
So if you have anybody that has same mother, different father, same mother, you are siblings. You're not half. You are siblings. That is your brother. That is your sister.
Isn't it ironic that I'm today old that we just get this information? Because, like we just discussed, societal norms have it to where if you don't have the same mom or same dad, like you said, we're half siblings. So it's almost, if we didn't grow up in the same house, it was almost kind of like a disconnect, for that sibling. But, I think now since we've been able to, as adults, connect on a different level with our children, their children, it kind of, dispels that myth that, just because we share the same father, we weren't raised in the same household, that we definitely can still show love, be loved, and grow, with each other as if we were raised in the same home.
Absolutely. I don't think we skipped a beat.
No, I don't think so
at all. No.
We never did.
We just connected and gelled, and it's love.
Mm-hmm.
That's what blended us.
I know.
The love.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
So just a little background too. I think we all have different walks of life. I'm definitely the baby of the group.
Yeah.
Christy is the baby.
I'm the baby of the group. I'm a licensed professional counselor. I have 3 children. I've been married for 14 years.
Wow.
I've been married for 14 years. This journey and this new start of this podcast is definitely giving me a sense of, what do I want to say? I guess more so finding myself, giving me a voice to, just let people out there know that, this is something, especially in our culture, that we definitely deal with, half siblings, so to speak, as they're saying, blended families, whatever you want to call it, but just to let them know that there are, just want them to dispel the myth that, you definitely can have and show affection and love to a sibling that you were not raised with. So
absolutely.
I'm definitely, excited about this.
So I am Gina. I am the oldest.
But she looks good.
Great.
I've been married for decades. I'm a grandmother, and I'm a licensed real estate agent, and I do run a couple of businesses, but I'm just happy to share this moment with my siblings. Mm-hmm. And I am going to learn a lot about myself too, and be able to share this with my children.
Mm-hmm.
So when they get older and start blending families, who knows what journeys they're going to take, but they'll be able to learn something from this, and whoever else is listening out there will be able to learn from us.
Oh, correct though. I'm Angel. I'm the middle. I'm the middle of the middle.
Okay.
And I don't really know if I really want to say
Say it, sis. Say
what I have going on, but I'm sure I'm going to be a lot of you people out there.
Mm-hmm.
I am 2 times married, 2 times divorced, 2 kids that are both adults at this time. So I'm an empty nester with no man.
I beg to differ. But okay.
Right?
Okay.
Nobody asked y'all to
I know, that's true. Nobody asked.
Nobody asked.
We ain't got that to that episode yet.
I'm the one that still works for the man. I don't have anything on my own. So I'm sure I will be able to relate to a lot of you women. I know I will.
Yes.
I know. I have been told.
Unedited.
Right.
I have been told that I am the one that gets in my feelings a lot. And I guess because I may have been the one that went through a lot. I'm the lonely one.
I never thought about it like that, like you said.
Yeah.
Now that I was sitting here thinking about that after you guys said it, maybe that's why I stay in my feelings.
Looking for that connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna delve into that because we also got different parts of this podcast that we definitely want to provide for you guys. Well, we broke it up into hustle, heart, and healing.
True.
Being that I am a licensed counselor, I definitely want to discuss how healing, this has definitely brought, I don't think I've been this close to anyone in my life. Like, we talk every single day on the Marco. Like,
we do.
Our lives unfold on that Marco.
And like you said, if something happens to any of us, grab my phone, delete.
Smash it.
Smash it.
Just smash it.
Roll over with the car. Just drop it and roll over it.
But I feel like that's a part of healing for me because if I've had a bad day, if I need to just decompress, that's a safe space for me. That's a safe environment. And I guess I'm the lucky one because I have 2 older siblings that's been there, done that, have a t-shirt, and definitely gives me great advice. So, that's a plus for me because, like I said, I'm still figuring out and treading through this new journey of, myself, my career, my private practice, just me turning 40 this year and definitely trying to find myself, find my space. And that's definitely a part that's healing for me. And we definitely want to be able to, put some things out there that, definitely other women, male or females, that are in this position, what are some things to help heal or cope with some of these feelings that societal norms have put you in a space to where you feel like this is something that could never be done.
Right.
So we definitely want to expose some of those myths and put some truth to it.
Absolutely. I like the fact that we reconnected and let's talk about what's the good thing, some of the good things that we've discovered about each other, or what brought us together.
God, yeah.
Like some of the great things that
it's so many. Like, I don't even know where to start. You have an idea?
I just have a lot. I mean, what about you, Angel? I just think there's so many good things. One, you mentioned about having a safe space. We trust each other.
We do.
And that we can confide in each other and that we lift each other up.
Mm-hmm. That is the absolute best part. That is the absolute one thing that I feel has brought us a lot closer. You know what I'm saying? It's because we have that safe space to speak how we want, say how we feel, talk about things we can't talk to somebody else about, and knowing the fact that it's going to be safe and secured. So that is one of the good things of us being in the space that we're in at this point in time. And it's crazy too that again, even though we were not all raised in the same household, it's funny and it's crazy to me because the way we interact, you would never know that.
You would never, ever, ever.
Like, you would never know that I have never... no one would ever know that I met Gina and I was 20.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you grew up with me.
Right.
And I feel...
23.
Yeah, and I felt that. I feel like I grew up with you.
Yeah, I do too.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if it's the DNA connection or what, but that has always floored me and had me scratching my head.
Right.
You know how sometimes you sit and you meet people and you know you're related, but you just can't connect.
Right.
Yeah,
but we were definitely open to wanting to know, even though me and Angel grew up together, we were still open, we were like excited that we knew who you were. And then like when we really met you, oh my gosh, she's so pretty, she's so fancy, her kids are cute. It was just, I was like, I need to know her. You know what I'm saying? I need to know all about her. Our kids gel well together. They still talk to each other because I was just going through Colby's Instagram, and her and Taylor have like this whole dialogue. You know what I'm saying? So even outside of that, you know, us,
they have each
still
other.
Connect.
Yeah,
because
Johnny came home. Where did she go? She called me. I'm over Taylor's. You know, you took it upon yourself to go visit your cousin.
And they're excited too because I grew up with 3 pissy brothers. I always wanted a sister. I used to make up a sister. I'm like, oh yeah, I got a sister. But I never had one. And I never had that camaraderie with the, you know, other than my brothers and my mother. But when I knew I had sisters, I was like, it was like Christmas for me. I'm like, I have a sister? It's like, what?
And you had
and
more
then
than one.
I saw you guys. I'm like, we look alike. We have similar
features.
I was excited. I ran home and told at the time it was my ex. But yeah, I forgot to tell that little nugget. I've been there, I think, decades with a couple of husbands.
Oh.
Decades. If you got them together.
But you winning now, sis.
I'm
That's
winning
going to
now.
be me next.
I'm winning now.
I already got somebody there.
Claim it in the name.
In the name.
We're going to claim it.
We going to claim it.
Yes. So I think that's too the mission of the podcast is just to give people hope out there. Like this too can be you. You know, if you have a sibling out there and you're definitely wanting to meet them, it's just a matter of being open and not
you gotta be ready
and taking
to
away
receive
those and taking away those stigmas that society has put that. Like you said, there's no such thing as a half sibling. It is your sister. It is your brother. You know what I'm saying? So
but I can tell you in my family, I don't want to cut you off, but
no, go ahead.
There's rumors of other siblings. Like there was rumor of you guys, but I didn't know. You know, it was hush. You know, you can't talk about it.
True.
You're not gonna go find him. I'm not giving you that information. Like if it wasn't for an uncle that said, "Hey, you should go meet your grandmother. She looks just like her." I'm like, "Oh, really? Who is that?" If it wasn't for that conversation, I probably would have never have known. Unless you guys did reach out to me too, but I would have never have known because in my family you didn't talk about it. Like it was like an illegitimate child somewhere, and that's
exactly where the stigma
the
comes.
thing is, and this is crazy, but Granny, which is Daddy's mama, mind you, she has 30 something grand, maybe 20 something grand. And I think she got 30, almost 40 great grands, and I think maybe 15 great grands. I mean, she has a lot of children. She had a lot of grandchildren. But when I tell you, Granny knew about all of us. When I tell you, Granny talked about all of us. When I tell you Granny wanted to make sure she saw all of us, she made that her mission and her point. When I would visit her, she made a point to give me stories about not necessarily you, but she knew about you. And her stories was always the same. How it happened and when you left.
Did she say my mom threw a rock and hit her?
No.
She left that part
She
out.
left that part out.
She's so sweet.
The only thing she ever said is that, of course, because Daddy at that time, I think he was 16.
Yeah, because I was the first.
Yep. He was 16. He had a child. And the mom lived up the street from them.
Next door.
Were they next door neighbors?
Next door.
Oh,
I think
wow.
she was climbing out the window.
Well, yeah. Either way.
Right,
yeah,
I'm
they
here.
were, yeah.
I'm here. Thank God.
They
for
knew
the window.
that you were coming.
Right.
And the next thing they knew, you were gone.
Right.
In the middle of the night.
Yeah.
But you know, that's what they did back then.
Oh yeah. They didn't want to be embarrassed.
Yeah.
They took off and.
So mind you, though, the story was there, and that's the thing that I can't say about our grandmother. She made sure to make sure we knew everything.
That's good. She was very welcoming when I met her.
Great.
She made me feel like I was part of the family. Yeah.
Cause you were.
I know, and I appreciate that.
That was
just made me
granted
feel
for
really
you.
comfortable.
Yeah.
So do know you were talked about.
Oh, I should be. I was the first.
But that's part of the healing.
That's true.
You know, just being able to talk about the hurtful things, talk about some of the stories that we probably don't have all the answers to, or pieces of the puzzle that we're trying to connect. But I think ultimately the bigger picture is we really don't care. You know, because now this is our new beginning. You know what I'm saying? You doing what you do, the hustling part of the hustling heart and healing. And Angel, you know, you discussed about having those feelings, being able to discuss or give us an idea of why you probably feel that you're always in your feelings. You know what I'm saying? But just think
the heart.
The heart.
The hustle, heart, and healing. So I'm the hustle.
I'm the heart.
I'm the healing.
Okay, so now hustle, heart, and healing is really the name of our podcast, right? Mm-hmm. And we're just going to have episodes about different things. But why do we come up with those names? Hustle, is it because of my hustle? Because I'm
your
always
hustle and your grind.
Drive, yeah.
Yes.
And it came inherited. My mother was the same way. Mm-hmm. I tackle on a lot, sometimes too much. Mm-hmm. What about you, Chrissy, on the
healing?
That's what we said. I've already went into my spiel.
You did about the healing.
But why did you feel like you in the healing?
Because I'm a therapist. I just feel like it does. It comes a little natural to me. Always asking someone, well, how do you feel about that? Or why do you think that?
Chrissy's a great,
she's
a therapist whether she wants to be or not.
I try.
I call her and I want a therapist when I call her because I need it. Chrissy, I need you.
I just think we all have to look at things in a different perspective. Sometimes when we have been trained one way to think about things and trying to train yourself to think other, that's where the work comes in. Yeah. So we really have to retrain sometimes the way that we think because, that also, creates our actions. So if we're changing the way that we think and if we're here and we have an open mind and we're thinking, you know what, I'm open to this. Yeah. I love this. So my behavior is going to be different. So therefore my actions and my outcomes are going to be different.
Correct.
But if we approached it in a space to where I'm like, I don't even know her. I don't like her. Her mama kept her first. We don't even like her anyway. Then I would, that whole behavior, I would have been standoffish and snooty. And then the outcome would have been we wouldn't be connected.
True.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I really think that being able to heal and therapeutically process some of these feelings, because there's a lot of hurt, especially like I said, in our community with what do we call the illegitimate children, the shame that comes behind that instead of not knowing that you still have other siblings that they want to get to know. You know what I'm saying? So there comes the hurt that needs to be healed. And also some of these mothers out here are hurt over this and don't know how to let it go and let the kids, because they're not at fault.
That's right.
They're just a product of their environment.
Right.
So being able to even, stretch into, the parents to be able to heal, it's bigger than that.
Exactly.
But, sometimes we just ain't there yet, but it is what it is.
We'll get there. And what we don't want to do, what I see a lot in my family, and I'm sure a lot of people's families, is at the funeral is when you find out about the sibling.
Absolutely.
It's when they show up.
Mm-hmm.
We want to know.
Granny funeral.
Yeah. Did you have other people showing up?
It was some man there that said that he was our brother.
Oh, see? That happens all the time.
I don't know who that man is. He has not been confirmed as of the date, which means we would have had more than one brother. Now, Gammy, of course, was still alive at the time, and we was at the funeral, and she was like, I don't think that's your brother. I said, but they saying that that's my brother. Gammy was like,
did he have those eyes like we got?
He ain't look like us.
Oh, because we all look alike.
He did.
And let's backstory. How many of us is it? Because there's only 3 of us, Mike.
It's 9.
9 of us. And 1 brother.
1 brother. One boy, 8 girls.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Our brother is now passed.
Mm-hmm. He's passed
from colon cancer?
Colon cancer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. At a young age, right?
Oh.
40s?
He was in his late 40s.
He was in his late 40s.
Yeah.
Late 40s. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's usually when people find out about those siblings, is when that funeral, because they're gonna come out because they feel like there's something that's due them.
That's
due
true.
To them.
That's true. That's definitely
or they
true.
just want to make themselves known.
Yeah, that one I don't know.
Not a good time to show up.
But that's
typically when it happens.
But that's how it happens in our society for the most part. Or if you hit the lottery, they show up.
Absolutely, because I want my cut.
That's right, exactly.
I want my cut.
So as far as the heart situation, I guess I really do have pent up feelings. I just don't know about them. Therapist.
I absolutely agree.
I'm just saying. So I will be discussing those feelings. I'm not sure how, but I will be discussing those feelings all my sisters feel that I have, what is it y'all say? What y'all say? I be in
You're
my
very
place?
passionate about, there's no in between. There's either 100 or 0.
I have an in between. I do.
Okay.
I'm not gonna get in my feelings.
Right.
Right. Because it's just an opinion. We all got one. And it's subjective. It's definitely subjective.
But
you love hard.
Yes, absolutely.
You love very, very hard, and I'm so happy to be on that end of it.
oh, thank
Yeah, because if you're on that other
end.
I done been on that end. I already know. I grew up with Angel, you guys, and I already know what the end look like. That ain't the end I want to be on. So yes, I think that you have a better way of explaining that piece of the puzzle, because of the simple fact, like you say, you are the middle child. There are some things that you sheltered me from. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like that's a lot of weight to carry, for somebody at a young age, because my sister used to take care of me.
Right, and I had that position. You really don't have a chance to be a child. You are an adult, whether you want to be or not. You don't realize until you get our age, and it's like, okay, I'm missing out on some stuff. I need to recap.
And that's what I'm doing right now in my 40s. I'm recapping like I'm 20 and I'm old, and I be tired, but I be trying to do stuff. But I be tired.
But you have the opportunity to do it. So
I have the opportunity to do it.
That's part of the healing.
It is. But I will be giving you guys that raw, uncut heart talk.
That's what we love about
heart to heart talk.
Right.
So up next, like, what's to come for us? We have a lot of things in store. We definitely want to talk about some of our relationships with our moms, how it's affected us as women.
Oh yeah. That's gonna be the tough one.
Minus the father.
Yeah, minus the father. Just being in a space of, when I said we were trying to figure out who we are, and the journey, and how long the journey it took for me to even find out who I was, or who I am, or who I'm becoming. So definitely, I think a lot of us women have those struggles with those relationships with our mom, even though we love them dearly. But parenting, you can really make or break your kids. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta be careful.
So true.
You gotta be careful in the things that we've passed down unknowingly to our own children, our own girls, because we all have girls.
Yeah.
Some things I wish I could take back, but just being unsure, and not really having a map.
And those learned behaviors. That's what I brought into my girls' lives that I wish I can take back. It's not too late.
It's never too late.
Right.
Never. That's gonna be fun. A good, nice little topic to talk about. And I want us to do like a little fun game one time. We need to try to figure out. I guess, like, what kind of game did I say? Oh my gosh.
You came up with the game, but I have a funny story that we have to get to the end of before the end of this show. It's who bought the knockoff bag.
We're not going to talk about that because I did not. I'm going to get in my feelings.
Okay, see, the heart comes in.
So
I'm about to get in my feelings.
Should we tell the story about the bag?
You can tell the story.
Please.
Okay, so
that story's been going on.
Here's the story. So I'm not going to give any names, but I received a knockoff Louis Vuitton bag. I was early 20s, and I was at school. And it was a crossbody, and I was walking on campus, and the purse just fell off my shoulder. Like, it just literally just fell off. Like, I don't know where it detached from, but it just fell off on the ground. So I ended up having to pick it up. I had to pick the purse up and hold it like a clutch. So when I took it to Angel, she's denying that she gave me that knockoff. She had two. She gave me one, and she kept one for herself. So she never wants to admit that she gave me that knockoff bag that fell off my shoulder. I was humiliated. From that point on, I have not bought any other knockoff bags. It's been 20 years. She
did not purchase that bag.
She got
that bag from one of her friends. I promise you she did.
I didn't.
Let me tell Christy, I did not purposely buy you a purse. Either
you had two.
You must have stole it.
You let me
because
borrow
I don't.
it.
Christy,
That's what I'm saying.
Christy.
Did you take it from her?
She
'Cause
pre-
that's
I
a whole
probably took it,
different-
but
That's what I'm saying. I
hers.
don't remember you even having the bag. I don't
You
even know
had
what
two.
bag it was.
Do you have any
It was a
pictures
crossbody.
of the day with it?
I don't. Maybe if I had it like a clutch. That's how I had to carry it like this. So
Did not give her that bag.
that's neither here nor there.
Which one of Christy's friends really gave her that knockoff? Because it was not me.
And your friends are still around from 20.
They are. So one of them.
Who asked?
Yeah, one of them gave her that bag. It was
I
not her
remember
sister.
telling this story to one of my girlfriends, and then I was like, my sister had given
Yeah,
me
you
that
want to
bag.
put that on me,
You
but
told
I didn't.
everybody that story.
That-
Right,
I
and
did.
she needs to rethink that because
Yeah.
that was not me.
So
I didn't
that
even
was-
have a crossbody, Louis.
Yeah, you had the other bag.
I had the one that looked like a bowling ball. That's the only one I purchased.
Okay, so hopefully by the end of the show we'll come up with
It's
some
a mystery.
receipts of
Yeah.
who gave the bag
When
to
you buy a knockoff, you don't have receipts?
No, meaning that we can come up with photos, timelines, and things like that. That's what I mean by
That bag is going to be a clutch in those photos because it didn't last.
Oh, it
as
didn't
a-
last? Oh,
mm-mm.
okay.
Just because I didn't give it to her.
Okay.
That wasn't me.
It was
Well,
faulty.
hopefully we'll get to the
It was a
end of that,
knockoff,
to the
but I
story.
didn't give it to her. She probably
Okay, so
stole
that would
it.
be fun if we can come up with a mystery of who gave Chrissy the bag, whether it was a friend or sister. And then some other topics that we're going to be talking about is just healing, heart, and hustle. That's really
That's
it.
it.
And we're going to stick to the topics, and we're going to have fun with the show, and we're going to learn and heal and love on each other.
Absolutely.
And we're going to take questions too. We're going to do some
Absolutely.
live
We would
feeds
love
and take
to
Oh,
questions.
that'd be
Take
we'd
questions.
love to take questions.
Ask us some questions.
Yes, take some questions.
Okay, cool.
All right, you guys. Well, until the next time, I love you, sis.
I love you, sis.
Love you, sis.
I love you, sis.
Okay.
I love you, girls.
Thank you guys so much for listening. We're going to have our Instagram, our Facebook, all of our stuff at the bottom of this feed. So click like and share our videos in our podcast. And tune in for the next one. We'll give you some teasers of what we're going to be talking about on our next show. Until then, in 2 weeks, you guys, you got a parting word, sis?
Blended by love.
I love your radio voice. Your voice changed. What happened? Angel?
That's that call center voice. That's that call center voice when you call in.
We all have
Hello.
a call center voice.
Thank you for calling.
Yes. Until next time, you guys, thank you.
Yes.
Thanks.
Love y'all.